What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. All right, everybody, check it out. So I was thinking about this topic as I was talking to Echo-Based Network earlier today in regards to the Acolyte's cancellation and the fact that Amandla Stenberg had dropped this little diss track, as it's talking about here on the Hollywood Reporter. We kind of covered this already. That Amandla Stenberg drops a diss track while the Acolyte is running, all right? While it's in the middle of the show's initial run, she drops a diss track basically talking shit to all the people that had something to say about the show. And that actually had a hand in the cancellation of the show. It was an easy target, said one source of the back and forth connection to the show's cancellation, and it hurt the public perception of the show. Now, Disparu is actually the one that brought this kind of to everybody's attention. He had tweeted this up a couple of days back. A source told the Hollywood Reporter Amandla Stenberg's diss track damaged the Acolyte's reputation with audiences. Hollywood knows attacking the fans hurts them. They just can't resist it or control the activists they hired. And then he kind of screen caps this whole situation. And he's 1,000% right. You can't control these idiots. You have no ability to control them. They're activists for a reason. They speak their mind. They're very vocal. And they have all of these social justice issues, or they have all of this other nonsense. They wear it on their sleeve. They tweet about it constantly. They're very controversial figures. They're not just going to sit there and act and promote your film or your TV show and then shuffle along. That's not what they're doing, all right? They're very vocal. We see that with Amandla Stenberg. She's a very vocal person, very vocal in her activism. She's not just a simple little actress just going about doing her job, acting in a TV show or a movie, and then saying, hey, thanks, come and see the movie. Like, y'all remember Tom Cruise? We were talking about this on EBN as well. This was during Top Gun Maverick's run, right? Right in the middle of Top Gun Maverick's run. This is what Tom Cruise says. To all the films in release, to all the studios, and to all the exhibitors, congratulations. To the audience, thank you for venturing out and allowing us to entertain you. See you at the movies. You see, that's what a professional does. Somebody that's not an activist. You know, regardless of what it is that Tom Cruise believes or whatever, and he got a lot of beliefs, okay? But regardless of that, he knows what his job is as an actor. Hey, I'm here to promote. I'm here to make sure that everybody comes and sees this. I'm not going to be the reason folks don't show up and watch, you know? And then he invites you out. Hey, see you at the movies, all right? That's what your job is as an actor, actress, producer, whatever. You're not supposed to be sitting out here wearing your activism on your sleeve and talking trash to the fans. I don't understand that logic whatsoever. Yeah, and it seems like Marvel has already figured this thing out. You know, they got rid of these activist producers. You guys remember Chris Gore and Dante from Verbal Riot talking about this. They have cleaned house. They've cleaned the riffraff right on out of Marvel. Say, hey, man, you know what? These idiots, not only are they making bad movies, but they're sticking their activism into the films, and it's just completely ruining the Marvel brand. We got to get these cats up out of here, you know? And the same thing goes for your activist actresses and actors. You know, if Amandla Stenberg going to come out with diss tracks, clapping back because she doesn't like the fact that these guys are talking trash about her acting or whatever, she don't like it. Hey, you know what? Just say, hey, man, I hope I do a better job on the next one. That's how you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to come back with diss tracks, okay? And then drop it right when the Acolyte needs all the viewers it could possibly get. Again, Disparu is absolutely correct, man. They cannot control these morons. And then they end up ruining the bread. They end up tricking off the money because they can't keep their mouths shut. At some point in time, Disney has to start to figure this thing out. And you know already where I'm going with this, okay? Because not only is Amandla Stenberg, she's already destroyed, you know, the Acolyte. The Acolyte is dead and gone. But we got another little activist that likes to run her trap as well. I mean, peep out the ratio action going on right here with this Snow White trailer. This is absolutely incredible. 77,000 upvotes. Look at the downvotes. They are closing in on 1 million downvotes already. 963,000 downvotes. This thing is absolutely getting massacred. How do you think this thing is going to do in theaters looking at this mess? How do you think this thing is going to do in theaters? And look, you can thank the little CGI dwarves. I'm not saying that these little CGI sons of guns or whatever, they ain't part of the problem. But a lot of it is this poison pill sitting right here in the middle. Again, because she's a huge activist, you know, she likes to shoot off her mouth. She likes to talk. Remember all of the stuff that was coming out of D23 when she was saying she's not going to be saved by the prince. You know, this ain't 1937 no more. There ain't no romance in this crap. Strong Snow White needs to be a strong feminist woman, whatever, all that nonsense that she was saying. Basically just completely disrespecting the original, saying that the prince was a stalker and weird and all of that kind of stuff. Not only was she saying that, but now she comes back with this mess, all right? Again, more controversy. Yeah, people see this Free Palestine situation as a major problem. Not only is it a very divisive topic, but Gal Gadot, your co-star, is Israeli. So now people are saying, what, is she taking a shot at Gal Gadot? Is she trying to shoot back at Gal Gadot right now? I mean, again, you got these controversial topics, okay? Keep in mind, what if Tom Cruise was like, oh yeah, see you at the movies. That's all I care about, all right? See you at the movies. And that's what Rachel Zegler should be doing. Again, especially when you've dropped tons and tons and tons and tons of money on a project, you can't afford to be sitting out here being controversial, making divisive commentary on your social media that might completely chase people away from your next project. Not only this project, but all future projects. Who knows? Like, again, this is what I'm saying. Eventually, Hollywood's going to have to come to terms with what Marvel did. Hey, look, we had to get rid of these activist producers. They put their activism right into the project. And pretty soon, we're going to have to start getting rid of the activist actors as well, or at least saying, hey, you put anything on your social media, all right? You know what they should start doing? They should start building into their contracts, the cut of the box office. Like, okay, if the movie makes a certain amount of money, you get a little bit more, all right? Instead of paying them all up front. Because that's the thing, man. Like, Rachel Zegler has been paid. She's completely cool. She's been paid up front for all of the work that she's done, and that's it. Now it's just whatever the movie happens to make. They should start building it. Hey, you know what? You start poisoning this particular movie, that's your money. You losing, we all losing, okay? We ain't gonna be the only ones taking the L. You gonna lose too. They got to start having some skin in the game, man. They got to start having some skin in the game. Okay? Like, tie their contract to the box office performance. If the box office makes like 300 million, this is your pay. 500 million, this is your pay. 800 million, this is your pay. Watch them shut their mouths real fast after that, all right? Just like, shit, man, damn, I'm going to make a whole lot less money. Again, because, look, Rachel Zegler, she's been paid for all of whatever work she's going to do for Snow White. She might have to go back and do a little bit of reshoots or whatever, but she's been paid. Amandla Stenberg has been paid for the Acolyte. When the Acolyte dropped, she's got all of her money. And then, let me drop this diss track in the middle of the show that absolutely torpedoes all of the viewership. And they said, yeah, that's one of the reasons that we got rid of this thing. Her diss track factored into the cancellation. So it's like, at some point in time, it's like, all right, look, y'all. Look, these cats, they are wild and loose. Because you know how much these movies and these TV shows cost. Yeah, Disney allegedly spent $330 million on Snow White. And they're not done yet. This thing still hasn't come out. I guarantee you there's going to be more money pumped into this thing, on top of the fact that they still got to do marketing. They're still going to have a couple of more trailers coming out. Again, you're talking about a lot of bread that they're dropping into these projects, and these chicks are just getting out there and just destroying it and just tricking off all that money. All of that money just gone down the drain because this idiot wants to make some commentary and nobody's checking her. Yeah, and then Amandla Stenberg, the exact same thing, all right? The Acolyte cost $180 million for this 8-episode show. So think about that. So between these two projects, Snow White and the Acolyte, Disney has spent $510 million that they're never going to get back. Both of these have lost them some money, some major bread. And that's, again, before we get to any of the marketing costs that they had to pay to, promote these TV shows and movies. It's already gone, all right? They have lost a ton of bread off of this stuff, which is why I still think there's a possibility the Acolyte might get yanked off of Disney Plus. Try to recoup some of them losses. Again, man, at some point in time, you got to start having a very serious conversation. Yo, we dropping $180 million here. We dropping $330 million here. That's a lot of money to be dropping on some shit that ain't going to make no money back. We got to start talking to Rachel. We got to start talking to Amandla. Oh, we got to stop hiring them. That's really, again, going back to Disparu. I'm going to keep bringing it back. All right. You hired these activist idiots. Fire them or get them under control, but they really can't control these activists. They shoot their mouths off and they just completely destroyed the bottom line. So you know what? At some point in time, just like, hey, you got a wild social media where you like to spit a whole lot of it. Hey, man, we can't bring you in. Okay, we can't bring you in, unfortunately. You know, because look, they're real quick to go after Gina for making the most tamest post of all posts. She made one of the tamest posts ever, and they got rid of her. But these two morons get to hang out, all right? Rachel Zegler and Amandla Stenberg, they get to keep their projects, and they get to keep on keeping on. It's just ridiculous, man. But anyway, folks, I just think at some point in time, they got to get this crap under control. Otherwise, it's just going to be more losses, all right? And look, it ain't my money, all right? I'm just saying, hey, if I ran the zoo, I would be like, nah, y'all got to clean that up. Y'all got to either shut up or we will never hire you again because you are costing us hundreds of millions of dollars. It's absolutely absurd. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Jump down in the comments. Give me your thoughts and opinions on that. And thanks for watching. See you next time.